You know, you guys are really hard to please. What do I mean? Well, I mean, I did a coveted Everybody Loves Johnny video, and I lost 20 fucking subscribers. 29 to be exact, so 30 if you want to round up. I lost 30 subscribers from a Johnny Depp video. So it's like, what the fuck? What do you guys want from me? Am I just being an asshole? Am I just too mean? Am I just too sarcastic? Am I just too... Nah. It's like I can't do anything right. It's like, I mean, it's no secret, but between you and me, I don't make any money doing this. I make no money. And I don't ask for, like, anything. I ask for very little. Like, just subscribe. Or just hit the like button. That's it. But at no point did I say unsubscribe. So I must be rubbing people the wrong fucking way. And I must be, I don't know, I must be doing something wrong. Because the last 7 months, all I do is lose subs. Even if you're like, oh no, I subscribed, I just subscribed. It's like, you may be just subscribed, but my analytics go both ways. So if you subscribe, that's one, that's great, but then I'll lose 10 or 20 or 29 or 30. So it's like I'm still going in the negative, even if you're new here. So I don't know. You know what? I'm just going to keep being me. So yeah, but I don't care. Like, I'm not mad about this. Why would I be mad? I don't give a shit. What the fuck, man? I'm not butthurt. I don't care. I'm not angry or anything. I don't give a fuck. You know, I do not care. I don't care that I lost 29 subscribers from a Johnny Depp video. I don't care. I expected to gain subscribers, not lose them, but whatever. I don't care. I'm not mad. I'm not mad! My point is, if you are new here, if this is the first video you just happen to land on, or if you've been to my channel a couple times and you're still not subscribed, well, motherfucker, destiny has brought you here. The universe has provided you with this channel. It has guided you to this exact moment to be here. Think about it. That's deep, man. You're supposed to be here. You're here for a reason, so subscribe to figure out what that reason is. If you want answers to the universe, or if you want to know why the universe sent you to me, subscribe, and eventually you'll figure it out. And if not, just stay subscribed, because eventually you might figure it out. And if you don't, see, I can just keep going. Yeah, I know. They say you shouldn't reveal too much about yourself if you're a public figure. I'm not, but like, or if you're like you're on a, you know, nobody really should reveal too much about themselves, right? You shouldn't. Nobody should complain for 2 minutes in an intro about how they lost subscribers, because that just makes them look bad. It makes their channel look like it's not worth watching. If I start with that, if I start with, hey guys, I lost 30 subs from a Johnny Depp video, then it's gonna, you know, give the impression to new viewers that, well, maybe this isn't worth my time. Maybe those other 30 people were onto something. And I feel like if I keep going on about this, I'm digging my own grave. Yeah, okay, well, today we're gonna talk about transgenders. Yeah, we're talking about trannies.
Today I will be flying this bitch right into the middle of transgender SJW territory, so please buckle up, like, share, and subscribe, and remember, no drugs were used during the making of this video.
Anyways, that's going to wrap up today's video. Thank you all for tuning in. And welcome back to another episode of DarthNews. Special edition, everybody loves a detransitioner. What does that mean? What does that mean, detransitioner? It sounds familiar, but I just can't put a finger? I can't put my dick on it, you know what I'm saying? Well, to cut right to the chase, detransitioning, or a detransitioner, or somebody who is detransed, means that they transitioned, or were in the process of transitioning their sex to the other sex, because there's only... You know, there's only, and at some point along the way, they were like, this is regretful. This is a very bad idea. Why did I cut my dick off? Who told me this was a good idea? And then these former transgenders find themselves in a pickle because they're transitioning, but they're no longer feeling like they're that sex anymore. They don't feel like their true selves, and they want to find their true selves. So they go back to the way they were born. And yesterday was Detransition Awareness Day. That's right, Detransition Awareness, where thousands of people who decided to detrans, or, you know, figured out that being trans wasn't good for them, are now telling their stories on Twitter, on social media, on Facebook. So, yeah, former transgenders are now declaring that Detrans Awareness Day should be a new national holiday. No, they didn't say that, but it should be. I mean, I'd rather celebrate Detrans Awareness Day than fucking, I don't know. I mean, all the holidays are pretty good, right? Yeah, even Labor Day, Memorial Day, Columbus Day. Fuck Columbus Day. Yes, I'd rather have Detransition Day than Columbus Day. Write that down. Anyway, in all seriousness, these brave individuals that shared their real-life stories on social media did so in front of an entire woke world of people that don't want to hear a word that they have to say. You know, yesterday they supported them. But now that they're like, I don't want to do this anymore, they're just like, fuck you, you're wrong, you're wrong, you're not actually a man, you're a woman, no, you're confused. It's like, no, I'm not confused. I see my dick, confirmed, man. Anyway, but if you go to Twitter or Facebook and you search the hashtag Detrans Awareness, you'll find hundreds of real stories, and some are quick reads, some are longer reads. But a few posts in particular kind of caught my eye, so we're going to go through a few of them and read them together. But before we begin, I want to give my praise and respect to these seriously brave individuals, speaking their own truths despite inevitably suffering the backlash and hatred that's sure to come from essentially the same people who cheered them on for so many years. But with that said, I mean literally no disrespect to anybody who's trans and happy. So, if you're happy and you're trans, clap your hands. If you're happy and you're trans and you really want to show it, if you're happy and you're trans, clap your hands. It's kind of catchy. Look, sir, okay, I'm not knocking trans people, okay? Especially the ones who are happy and they know it. I'm talking about the ones who were peer pressured into it, who were in a perverse, sick way guided to this sexuality or identity of sexuality based on what teachers, elders, you know, role models, people of influence in their lives told them, whether it's their friends or their parents or their teachers or whatever. They have been coerced from outside forces into this thing that they're not. And most of them become suicidal or fucking chronically depressed. So I'm speaking about those individuals, those trans people who see the truth, who see the truth for what it is. Because there's only truth and fiction. That's it. You know what I mean? That's really it. You know, like if I was on my deathbed, like my dying words would be like, listen, you know what? I don't actually know what my dying words would be because that depresses the fuck out of me. I don't even know why I just went in that direction, but I would say something along the lines of, if you're unsure of what's right and wrong, if your brain is unsure, if your mind is unsure, then quiet your mind and listen to your heart. Your heart, your gut feeling. That is your guide. That is our guide through life. You have to listen to that. So quiet your mind and listen to your heart, and it will reveal the truth. Whether you want to listen to the truth or not, that's up to you. But we all, I believe, are endowed with the gift of knowledge, and with that knowledge, we know truth from fiction, unless you've been deceived or manipulated into believing something, which is what happened in these cases. So Yeah, I know, it's crazy. There's going to be no jokes today about trans people because I'm not here to bash trans. I'm not. I'm just here to celebrate these individuals who found their truth. Or, you know, there isn't... People always go, there's my truth and then there's your truth. It's like, no, there's just the truth. And that's probably the most honest truth that there is that there's opinions and then there's the actual truth. And I'm happy that they found the actual truth, because the actual truth is they're not trans. You are what you were born. None of this gender assigned at birth shit. So, without further ado, let's go ahead and see what these detransitioners have to say. Applejack, hit it!
Alright, so our first brave soul speaking out on Twitter is Grace. And Grace says, my name is Grace, and I detransitioned. On the left was me shortly after top surgery in 2017. This was the darkest time in my life. On the right, me recently. Life goes on, life gets better. Hashtag Detrans Awareness Day. Now, if you want, you can go look at all the comments on these posts. I recommend you go to Twitter or Facebook and look up hashtag Detrans Awareness Day. And you'll see all their stories, and you'll notice in the comments that only about 20% of them are actually loving, supportive, encouraging comments. The majority of them are just hateful, and it's like, what? How can people how can someone actually go on someone's page and just be a direct piece of shit to them when you don't even know them? So they're getting backlash for, you know, detransitioning, and I think that's silly, because the same people that are filling their thread with hateful comments are the same people that supported them, that promoted them, that encouraged them to be trans, and they were so happy they were trans. And now that these people are like, you know, I'm just not feeling it anymore, they're getting dragged for it, and the same people who used to love them have turned on them. So it's stupid. Anyway, let's keep on reading here. So our next brave soul is Lumi. Lumi tweeted out, Detrans Awareness Day. This is me back in 2019 on the left, and me today on the right. I feel like back in the day, I was not but a caricature of myself. Depressed, unhappy, non-functioning, and suicidal. Today, my smile is genuine. We finally got some sun here in Finland. Back then, it was acted. Man, see, I mean, I see nothing wrong with this person on the left that they thought they were. I mean, I would accept this person for whoever they were. But it's kind of, it's revealing, and it's kind of sad to know that, this person who looks to be happy, at least for, I mean, appearances on social media, when they were trans, was just acting it, and they were non-functioning, unhappy, depressed, and suicidal. I mean, if we even go back to Grace, the first one we talked about, she said this was the darkest time in my life. This person was talking about, Lumi was talking about, they were being suicidal. I mean, there's kind of a common denominator with a lot of individuals who are trans. I'm not saying all trans are depressed or suicidal, or I'm not saying that, but there's definitely a lot of commonalities between the individuals who choose to detransition. All right, our next one is Jesse. Jesse tweeted out, I heard it's hashtag Detrans Awareness Day. The LGBT community online brainwashed me into thinking my confusion and pain was a gender dysphoria at 16 to 18. I am so grateful I only socially transitioned. I am 24, I am happy, thriving, feminine, and I love being a woman and was never anything else. Exactly. Well, see, this is what I'm saying. If this individual would have done the surgery, you know, if they would have transitioned physically, not just socially, then, I mean, that's where people might truly get suicidal, because they realize how grave of a mistake they made. I mean, I don't care what you say, it's not surgery, it's fucking mutilation. So I'm happy that this woman, this girl, found her true self, found her femininity, and was able to see clearly through the fog of social justice and progressiveness and all, you know what I mean? It's a lot. So I'm really happy for her. She looks great. Honestly, she looks fantastic. So here we are, transgender transgender trend. So, fuck, say that 5 times fast. Transgender trend, transgender. Blah, blah, blah. Anyway, they tweeted out, quote, "As I look back, I see how everything led me to conclude it would be best if I stopped becoming a woman. One of the most powerful, honest, and moving accounts of transition and detransition have read by KLB Facts, Detransition Awareness Day." So let's go ahead and check out this story real quick. All right, so we're over here at the website Persuasion, and this is the Kiera Bell story. 18, as she transitioned to male, came to regret it, and this is her story. You know what? It's probably a really moving and intrinsically valuable story to read, especially if you are transitioning yourself. I think it's good to see an opposing opinion to what your woke friends are telling you. Like, if someone's telling you to chop your dick off, I don't think you should listen to them. You know what I mean? It just doesn't make sense. But anyway, this is a really long story, as it should be. It's probably extremely detailed and nuanced. But I will leave the link in the description below, so feel free to go ahead and click on the link and read this for yourself, because no offense, I don't have the time right now to read that. But you can. Alright, so our next brave soul speaking their truth is Watson. Watson tweeted out hashtag Detrans Awareness Day. "I began detransitioning in October 2019 by ceasing my testosterone injections and returning to my birth name, Sined. The most common question I get from those new to this discussion is, why did you transition in the first place? Well, Watson says, like other trans people, I transitioned because I was suffering from gender dysphoria. We're told people with dysphoria are treated with transition, right? But unlike other trans people, transition didn't help me. The second most common question is, quote, why did you transition? Or why did you detransition? She says, I detransitioned because I experienced extreme transition regret, realizing that my desire to become a man stemmed from a variety of factors that ultimately led me to want to be someone else, not my authentic self." Whew, man, that's some powerful fucking stuff right there. But someone and something else entirely. It was an escape. My transition was fueled by self-hatred, not self-acceptance. I didn't want to be Sined because I hated Sined. Sined was a woman, and I wanted no part of that anymore. I wanted to be Sean, or Xiao, a man, and I'd feel better, or so I hoped. This is super profound. Okay, I've never thought of it like this before, but she's right. I feel like by trying to be something you're clearly not, okay, if you're not that gender or that sex, you're not that sex. I don't mean to trigger you. I'm not trying to piss you off. I'm not trying to be hatred-filled, whatever. I'm just saying. If you're trying to be something that you're not, then you're no longer being your authentic self. You're chasing something else entirely. You're trying to be something else. And I think it's just important to be your true self, like your authentic self. You might think that you're this, but you're not. Anyway, so Watson goes on to say, my transition, blah, 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 we already read that, saying, it's been a long road, but on hashtag Detrans Awareness Day, I can confidently say that I am no longer gender dysphoric. I am finally happy to be me. I wouldn't have gotten to this place without the support of so many other amazing detransitioners whose stories I will be retweeting today. She says, I never thought I would be able to accept myself, but I do, and I'd never been happier. To anyone struggling with transition regret, you're absolutely not alone. Recovery is possible. My DMs are open to anyone who needs a rock to lean on, as my rocks once did for me. Thank you. Beautiful, man. That's fucking beautiful. Abel Garcia tweeted out, in 2016, I started my transition. 2018, in the midst of my transition, I realized I made a mistake. In 2020, I detransitioned, and this year, I finally finished my detransition. The last few years, I've learned a lot about myself, and today, I'm sharing my voice and my story on hashtag Detransition Day. Again, I really recommend you guys just take, 20 minutes of your day and just read some of these stories, because it's just, not that it affects your life, especially if you're not trans or transitioning, but I think it's important to see this side of the narrative, because all we ever hear is accept all trans. It's normal to be trans. Well, it's not, it's not normal. And if you feel like you've been pushed into it, kind of just brainwashed into it, you're not alone. So anyway, Helena says, when I was 15, I was lonely and hated my body. I got sucked into gender ideology online. That's why this epidemic of transgender, quote unquote, people popped up over the last 10 years, is because of the internet. man, the internet does a lot of good, but it does a lot of bad. And it does, like, I mean, permanent detrimental harm to young people, especially ones that want to restructure their entire anatomy. Anyway, she says, my school encouraged me, and I was easily prescribed a high dose of testosterone at 18, and it was very damaging. This is not rare. Hashtag Detrans Awareness Day. Me at 19, me now at 23. Wait, she looks happy. Like that, the person on the left looks like they're just lost. Like they're just a lost. Like it's in the eyes, man. Look at the eyes. They're the same eyes, but one set of these eyes, the set of eyes from the past, just look sad, empty, just no purpose, no fulfillment. Just maybe I'm being mean, I don't know, but on the right, those look like happy, truly like happy eyes. I don't know. Anyway, that's really all I got to say today, guys. You are awesome. You're amazing. I really appreciate you checking out the channel if you're new here. Nobody sees my videos, so if you did land on this video and you're not triggered, if you're not triggered by anything I said, great. You are supposed to be here. As a matter of fact, even if you think you're not supposed to be here, yeah, Destiny brought you to my channel, and Destiny asks that you please subscribe, because I lose subscribers a lot. Anyway, thanks for hanging out. This has been fun. A lot of fun, right, Tina?
Yeah, it's been a lot of fun.
Yeah, that's what I thought. So anyway, until next time, don't you dare forget to pull out. That is POO motherfucking L. And please consider like, sharing, subscribing, hitting that bell, and going to my merch store, my Patreon, or my Cash App, and donating as little as $1 a month, because this channel is fucking demonetized, baby. I don't make a fucking cent on this. Not that I was making money anyway when I was monetized, but I mean, you get it. It sucks. I do it for free, so if you want to support me, that'd be fantastic. I did just start a GoFundMe for my Amber Heard Johnny Depp trial. I'm going to be traveling to Virginia, Fairfax, to cover the trial, and I need as much support as I can to make that dream become a reality. So if you want, the link for my GoFundMe is in the description below. So, you know, click on that and support me there if you want. Anyway, I'm done fucking ranting. So until we meet again, stay Darth and Detransition. You're just, you know, you get it.
And until next time, don't you dare forget to pull out. That is POOL. POO fucking L. Feel free to support the channel, because I'm completely demonetized. You can go to my Cash App, my Patreon, or my merch store. Other than that, just be yourself, because if people don't like you for being yourself, then fuck them!
I'm letting you go.
Just got my second vaccine, and now I am a homosexual. So that's going to be fun. Obviously, I am very new to this world of homosexuality and just being gay, so I'm very excited to see what comes of that.
Even smiling when I'm smiling.
I wear women's underwear, and then I go to start composing my full-length mirror. I cross my legs just like a queer, but my libido is strong when a lady is near. Yeah.
Yeah, no, I get a lot of questions. I guess the most common one is like, have you always known you were trans? Like, have you always known you were transgender? And well, it's a bit complicated. Yeah, I always did, but you see,
there are 3 genders, 4 genders, even 5.
Do I look like I give a fuck?